Hello, my absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of February 13th, where this week we are going to roll into Valentine's Day, which I think is really exciting. If you don't know, or this is your first time here, this is my favorite holiday. I love Valentine's Day. No matter how commercialized it is a day that I get very, very excited about. I want people to have love, feel love, whatever that means for you. But this week we are going to roll in Valentine's Day, and I'm feeling pretty pumped about it. Not only that, we've got the sun entering into the energy of Pisces this week, so we're going to say happy birthday to our Pisces friends. And for every single one of us, this is going to light up a piece of our charts that we haven't really seen and worked with it in terms of the solar energy, wanting to accomplish something, needing to accomplish something, really tending to the Piscean areas in our chart. So this is that time of year. So if you are a Pisces friend, I want to tell you happy birthday. And if you are not, make sure you have your natal chart, or if you're looking at a solar return chart, a progress chart, whatever it is that you're looking at, so that you can see where the Pisces placements are landing and what house and department of life you may be working on or working in. So lots of stuff to talk about this week. In addition to that beautiful sun moving into the energy of Pisces, we'll have Mercury in a sextile to Jupiter, and we're also starting this week in the last quarter moon. So that's a very big signature for us to be paying attention to as we roll into the week. Now, before we jump into the forecast, as you guys can see, some transition is starting to happen already, so I'll keep you guys posted, but really exciting times. I'm actually recording tonight from down in Arizona, where we've had a chance to come down here and visit the Tucson Astrologers Guild. So it's a local astro organization, so if you do happen to be in Arizona in the Tucson area, or you're here and you're looking for your tribe of people, there are groups of people meeting in person, so you can come down and check that out. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, now also you still have access to the Astrology 101 class for $25 digital download, available in the description box down below. The spring summer specials are out while they last. You can grab your discounted seasonal specials with me, and your digital transit calendar from our friends at Wise Skies Collective, $17 off with my code. Everything is in the description box for you down below, and if you need something else, you can probably find information about it in the description box down below or at stormiegrace.com. All right, my beautiful soulmates, let's head into this week. So like I said, as we're coming in on Monday, we're actually coming in under the last quarter moon energy, okay? So something I want you to think about as we're coming into the week is that the energy is naturally a little lower and slower. We're turning away from, what has been. This is a wrapping up time. It's kind of what you've got going on. So think about something that maybe came into your life about 2 years ago. Okay, you were working on this, and it's in the Scorpio energy at 24 degrees of Scorpio. So think about things that were happening about 2 years ago in your life, but I want you to think back to, a year and a half ago. What did you start in this Scorpio energy? What did you begin here? Because now this season you have different understanding, perspective of it, and you might actually be wrapping it up. So remember, we always want to pattern back in order to see where we have progressed to. But the energy coming in on Monday is a little bit slower, and it's about winding down, finish the tasks that need to be wrapped up, answer those emails today. That's what the energy is very good for. Now, as we continue on in the day, we're actually going to walk into the space of the void of course moon. Okay, and typically you guys have the slides next to you. You won't have them this week because we just had a scheduling conflict, but everything will be listed in an orderly, organized fashion for you in the description box down below. Okay, but so we're going to see the moon move into the space of void of course. So we're going to have about 2 hours later in the day to rest, relax, review, take it easy, let the energy kind of slow down. And then we will see the moon move into the energy of Sagittarius for the next couple days. So as the moon moves into the energy of Sagittarius, now emotionally, we want to go on a little adventure. We're looking for the truth of information that is happening around us. Maybe it's a time where you feel like, I gotta feed my soul or feed my heart with language, watching a K-drama or a Spanish drama, a telenovela, or something like that, where you're feeding that Sagittarius traveler vibration for you. But I also think that it's a really lovely fire energy that you can remember and call in the breath of fire, right? The Kalapati breathing, things like this that bring fire and breath and life into your space. And over the next couple days, these may be things where emotionally you're seeking information, you're seeking experiences, you're seeking inside of yourself in a way that's really broadening your horizons and taking you someplace that you've never been before. And that's really exciting for us. We need that sometimes. Now, as we get to the 14th, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day, and we're going to do that under that beautiful Sagittarius moon. So I love that energy. Happy Valentine's Day to you, even if you don't have a Valentine, even if you are like my 16-year-old who hates Valentine's Day. I am saying you're my Valentine, and happy Valentine's Day. Now, as we get to the 15th, we see Venus in a conjunction with Neptune. Okay, I call these two the Bobbsey twins because as they travel together, first of all, it is such a blissful kind of energy, but it's so good. It moves in between the worlds. It's like, you know, you can lose yourself in what's going on. You can lose yourself in spiritual concepts, which is so good. What a delicious, imaginative, creative, mystical experience. But also sometimes what's good can be too good. Okay, so you do want to be mindful of decisions that you're making on this particular day. You know, is this a time where you're thinking, I just want to escape? I just want to get away from something. I just need a getaway. Okay, if you need a getaway and it's like a break or you need a deep breath, great. If it's I need to get away, like I'm going to make a decision that changes the course of my entire life and it's unfounded, it's unresearched, any of these kinds of things, that's not necessarily the best use of this. But if you're an artist, if you're a dancer, if you're a dreamer, if you're going on a date, whatever it is, to get lost in the romance and the mysticism there is really a good use of this particular energy. Later in the day on Wednesday, we hit the void of course energy again later in the evening before the moon moves into the energy of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is going to lead us from Wednesday night into the Thursday energy. Moon in Capricorn time for us is Earth. It's the moon in an Earth energy. So we ground, we stabilize, we ask ourselves, what do I need to do or take care of this next 30 days to bring some emotional stability, some emotional security to my life? Do I need to go back in and look at my finances, the structure around my finances, you know? And a great way to think about this is if you're feeling emotionally like you're unsettled, you're up late at night, you can't turn your brain off. Is there something going on in your finances? Is there something going on with your work? Is there something that needs a restructuring? And it will be Saturnian likely. It's calling for you to take the action and put in that hard work or put in that effort to achieve the new solid foundation that you can stand on. So I would really, question what is going on for you here that could use a little bit of adjustment, especially if it's feeling off kilter. To the other side of that, it's a great time in the month if you are feeling solid, you're feeling successful, to celebrate yourself, because those things don't just happen. You don't just get up as a human and you're successful. These things usually come on the back of a bit of work, okay? All right, when we get to Thursday the 16th, we are going to see the Sun and Saturn come into a conjunction. And again, I think that this is that energy of like, if you've put in the hard work, if you've put in the effort, there can be reason to celebrate here. There can be reason to be proud and accept the recognition over the things that you've done. But also with the Sun here, it's kind of this energy where the Sun brings light, heat, life, and motivation, right? So you're motivated in this energy to get something done. You're motivated to move something forward in this Aquarian vibration. So I think that it can also bring you the question of knowing yourself enough to say, I'm willing to outgrow a belief, an idea, a fear, an old story that was like, it was the authority in my life. You know, for you, maybe it's, I'm even shedding something with the authorities. You know, is this the government? Is this your parents? Is this someone who's had authority in your life and you're willing to take back the authoring and the mastery of your own tale? So this can be a really, really empowering energy. And typically what we start under this kind of conjunction, of course, depending on what else is going on in your chart, you really can get the steep rewards for the efforts that you have put in. It's a pretty useful energy. I mean, you definitely want to check your own chart, okay? Now, as we get to the 17th, we have got that Mercury Jupiter sextile. And remember, under the sextile, we're offered that pocket of opportunity, and then you can intelligently take action on it. Unlike a trine, when a trine shows up, it offers you the pocket of opportunity, but you may or may not know that it's there and you can go to it. Here, the opportunity presents itself and you step in. So Mercury and Jupiter sextile, this is a conversation between the big mind and the smaller mind, the details and the long range planning. So think of this as an opportunity showing up at your door. What is showing up for you this day? What is going to be showing up for you this day that we're also going to see in July? Maybe it shows up now and you get the culmination, or you take the opportunity in July. This is particularly an energy I would like you to pay attention to. And don't think small. Think big. Right? You know, have you guys seen that meme where it says you're thinking too small? It's that. Think big. Think, I want to publish, I want to market, I want to broadcast, I want to teach, I want to write, and I can do it because I want to do it, and I want to think big about how to bring this into my life. That's a fantastic use of this sextile energy. Also, if you needed to do a presentation, have a conversation, make airline trips, any of those kinds of things, go have a meeting at your higher education institute or a lawyer, something like that would be pretty well done under this particular energy. We get later in the day, we'll step back into another void, of course, moon time. So rest, relax, let all the big thinking, let some of that beautiful energy subside, and then we will roll with the moon into the energy of Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius, think about your tribe. Emotionally, is your cup filled, being surrounded by people you feel support you, are like you? You're part of a collective network, the friendships. It's a kind of group or some kind of collective that you can be a part of emotionally that allows you to achieve your long-range plans, goals, designs. Is there something going on where you're feeling very called to a humanitarian cause, or you feel like you need to break out and you need to rebel a little bit in order to move towards your own future? This is an energy that could very much so be expressed through that moon in Aquarius. On Saturday the 18th, happy birthday, Pisces friends. Happy birthday. It is your solar return. I hope that you have rested throughout the Aquarius season so that you can bring the things that you are well rested on and that you've worked on behind the scenes into the reality of your life and what you want for the next year moving forward. For the rest of us, Pisces season is a season of healing. It's a season of compassion, of deep wisdom that moves between the worlds. It's where we access wisdom to our ancestors and to the lineage and the spirit realm through our dreams, through symbols. This is the season, I would tell you, watch for this. You know, where can you give forgiveness that you've been denying to someone else? Where can you accept forgiveness from yourself? Where can you be more compassionate with yourselves and others? Give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Where is the wisdom of that vibration available to you? Right? So, and you know, it's interesting because it's like, yes, if you have a Pisces sun, it's definitely birthday time. But because we're all only getting the visit to this area of our chart once a year with the sun, really take your time to daydream, to get into it, to love it, and to celebrate this area of your chart, okay? All right, friends, as we wrap up the week on Sunday, we have got Venus on the 19th in a sextile to Pluto. All right, again, this is another sextile aspect. So it's telling us that it's a pocket of opportunity, but you'll intelligently take action on it. So opportunity knocks, it's here, it's available for you. But Venus and Pluto, when they come together, this can be spicy. Okay, this can be spicy, because Pluto and Venus are going to get to the root and get to the depth of something. Pluto is vibrating at its last degrees of Capricorn, so it is very, very, very potent at this time. So any opportunity to make change, to say I need to evolve into something, to make a decision about your romance, your money, your relationships, and where they can go next, is going to be accessed through looking at it from the root up. This is an opportunity, but it's not a surface level opportunity, right? What is your motivation for your money? Does your relationship need a deep makeover? Are you feeling an intimate connection to your loved ones and the people around you? What do you need to do? Do you want to invest in something? What's your investment portfolio look like? Do you want to invest in another person, a cause, an energy that's happening around you? What will lead to your evolution? And really, one of the greatest things I think about this aspect is if you talk to someone, or you journal, or you talk and you communicate in some way, you're kind of able to get to the deep roots of what's going on through a real delicious, honest communication of, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm motivated and passionate about, this is what's hurting me, this is where the burden is. Whatever it is, this is an opportunity to make an evolutionary change in your life that could change things for years, maybe even decades to come. Now, as we get to December 29th, you're actually going to see this configuration again. So this is one, put it in the notebook, write it down. What were you doing on February 19th that we're going to be able to flash back in December and say, I remember when I made that decision. I remember when I decided that, okay? Now, as we go later into the day, we are going to see the moon move into the void of course position, so we'll get to have that big beautiful experience over there. And we are also going to see the moon enter later in the day into the energy of Pisces. So celebrating this movement, it's really nice. We've got the sun over here, we've got the moon preparing for some nice travel over here as well, which of course, you know, very quickly is going to put us in a setup for the new moon that will be coming for us on the 20th. Okay, so keep this in mind that we're going to be rolling into next week into a new moon in Pisces energy, Venus in the energy of Aries, which I have Venus at 0 degrees of Aries. So all my Venus and Aries friends, you know, woot woot for us this week. Our season is in. We're going to be attracting and manifesting with zest, okay? All right, my absolutely beautiful friends. I love you a ton. Find your organized, beautiful breakdown of what's happening this week in the description box down below by date so that you're able to check it out. And I look forward to seeing you back in Colorado next week for our next weekly forecast. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.